Hello, is that Arkham Library? Yes. Do you have a copy of Twisted Tales by Kilt-Man Macanini? It is rather old. Oh, you do? That's wonderful. Yes, yes. Can you keep one for me, please? My name? Yes, it's Chris Kilt-Man Macanini. I'll be along henceforth. Many thanks. Well, after all my years of searching, finally we find an old tome available. It's just down the road there in Arkham Library. Let's go get it, shall we? Ooh, yes, lots of objet d'art, and got a head for heights, I see. And here's Arkham Library now. Oh, yes, it's rather stuffy and old, just like myself. And here's the librarian. Hello, sir. Yes, now I've come to pick up a copy of Twisted Tales by Chris Kilt-Man Macanini. Yes. Oh. We have volumes 1 and volume 2. Oh, that's wonderful. I see there's some other avid readers here. Let's see who we have. Oh, there's an interesting book, Prophecy. That rings a bell. Oh, and someone's reading Moonraker. Yes, yeah. Oh, nice dental work there, sir. Oh, got your head in a good book, I see. The Exorcist. Ooh, upside down reading. Very clever. Who else have we got? Oh, I see you're reading The Science of Self-Realization, and you realise what a carve-up that is. Yes. Oh, and who do we have here? Hello, excuse me. Oh, you don't mind me butting in, but who are you? What are you reading? Yes, you're reading Ghostbusters. That could be the topic of this forthcoming video. Maybe, maybe not. Who knows? A whirlwind tour of the books and the camouflage netting and the wildness that is Kilt-Man's library. Hey folks, Kilt-Man here, Kilt-Man. At your services. Just a little video here, just a little one. Just to show off what I think is one of the greatest little bits of plastic that I've ever encountered. Don't make up your own jokes there. It's from the Funko range. Those little crazy cutesy little characters made out of plastic and vinyl. Some have bobbleheads, some don't. Some float on little invisible glass stands, some don't. They tend to all have those little sort of, pin cushion eyes, little press stud bobble eyes. Not this one. No, this one. Shh. Get her. It's the library ghost from Ghostbusters. Yes. Wow, symmetrical book stacking. You're right. No human being would stack books like this. Yeah, she is the final incarnation of what we see as the Grey Lady in the library. And, she's making all the shelves open up. She's stacking books, she's knocking over bookshelves, and she's trying to have a quiet read when our hapless Ghostbusters make their first arrival and first dealing with something supernatural. And what's their plan? Get her! What are you going to do when you get her? I don't know. Craziness. And if you notice in that movie, they never do go back to that ghost again. They never go back and sort that trauma out, do they? That haunting. No. But anyway, this from Funko is not the old lady look. This is the demonic look when she actually comes rushing towards them and all her hair blows up and her hair blows back. And she stops being an actress whose name, I've written it down here somewhere. Ruth Oliver played the ghost. So when you see her floating and reading the books with her hair tied up in a big bun, old Edwardian style, that is Ruth Oliver. I have to go and check that again there. And she's spectacular when she transforms into a huge visual effect from Richard Edlund and his offshoot from ILM. Richard Edlund worked for ILM Studios for obviously Lucasfilm, and fantastic. I mean, the effects and visuals in Ghostbusters are tremendous, and some of the prosthetics are pretty good too. But no, it's not a scary movie, is it? Come on, it's not. It's just fun, and it's Saturday Night Live style as well. So I mean, you've got the line, because the librarian that stumbles across her first of all in the opening of Ghostbusters her name's Miss Ellis, and she's played by an actress called Alice Drummond. Now, if you listen to the dialogue, now this could be well known, but Bill Murray as Dr. Venkman, they're doing their interrogation, their interview with her before they go and find the ghost. And I'm sure Bill Murray says, instead of saying Miss Ellis, he goes Alice, because that's the actress's real name. Alice, are you menstruating right now? And the head librarian leans in and goes, what does that have to do with it? Back off, man. I'm a scientist. And but that's Saturday Night Live, that, because Ghostbusters is so often touted as being like a kid's movie, it's a family movie. Nah, I don't know about that. You've got Dan Aykroyd's pants being undone by some spectral cocksucker, and him riding in ecstasy as well when it does its thing. And you've got Dana, Sigourney Weaver, being inhabited by Zool. And I want you inside me, she says to Bill Murray, and he goes, oh, I think you've got too many in there already. There's a lot of risque humour to it. And to come out with that line, a lot of it's obviously improv, but to come out with that line, are you, Alice, Miss Ellis, menstruating right now? She's like in her 60s, for God's sake. You're like, what are you doing? It's crazy. But anyway, back to this incredible Funko figure. I'm only a fledgling collector of these things. I've said in the past, I really only want to get the bad guys, the villains, the monsters, from the collection, because otherwise, where do you draw the line? There's so many of these that you could spend from here until Judgment Day collecting them, and you'll never even scratch the surface of what's out there. They seem to cover every franchise, even obscure movies and TV shows. There's a Funko figure, and in some cases, some variations on the same character as well. So it's one hell of a long haul. If you want to collect these, Jesus, good luck to you. But I saw this and I thought, well, that looks absolutely incredible. Even if I wasn't into Ghostbusters, which I am, I'd be fascinated by this, because look at the details on it. This is way, way above and beyond what you normally get from Funko. Normally very cutesy, very obviously caricatured, the big head sort of thing, and maybe the costume, and maybe if it's Freddy Krueger, you'll have the finger knives. If it's Jason, he'll have a meat cleaver. If it's I don't know, Leatherface, there'll be a chainsaw. James Bond, there'll be a little Walther PPK. You know what I mean? It's something to identify them by. But otherwise, apart from the costume, the faces don't look anything like them, really. And this doesn't look a great deal like what you see in that final shot, other than the colouring, which is very pink, very sort of crimson-y, scarlet-y pink. Isn't that three separate colours? Crimson, scarlet, and pink. But they're all rolled into one, because it's all like big supernatural flambe. But look at the eyes. Now, if I just grab another Funko, which I have one to hand here, Baron Samedi from The Spy Who Loved Me. Yeah, now he's another rarity, because those little push bobble eye things, they're not black. Most of them appear to be just jet black, and that's part of the trademark. Here's a white, and they're red and black ringed, so it makes them stand out a bit more. But look at hers. Look, she's got these feral cat-like eyes. That's fantastic. So it adds a lot more life to a plastic figure of a ghost. It gives it life, vibrancy. So they're yellow, but they've got like little black irises, pupils I should say, and then you've got a black surround. But look at the brow. Even the brow is knotted. It's got like a sort of prehistoric, mound of a brow, but it's got these little striations in it. Look at the nose. Look at the mouth. I mean, I know my archaic camera probably isn't picking up all these details, and I have got sunlight streaming through as well, so you're probably getting shadows passing across. Enough excuses, Kilt-Man. Get on with the show. But look at the fangs. Look at the teeth on that. They're sharp. They're all individual. The nostrils, the furrowed flared nostrils. There's a lot going on with this. So that's the face dealt with. Look at the hands. She's clawed. They've got talons on them. They're all sharp talons. Wonderful. Look at the dress she's wearing, and she's a torso, a floating torso apparition. You know, free floating torso apparition. Whatever Dan Aykroyd says about it. She's on this gorgeous stand, which in certain light you can see that sort of glowing, sort of pinkish purple. That's because the light's coming through and hitting the colour of her plastic skin and her floating shimmery dress, which has a lot of details in it as well. A lot of little curly bits on the end where obviously there's no legs, so it's just the end of her torso just floating. But you've got lots of stuff, and even the straps going over their shoulders. I don't know if you can make that out. Even there's a bit of variety in them, because one strap's come further down than on the other side. There's a lot of detail that's gone into this, a lot of creativity. It looks great. It's massively stable on this, he says, when the whole thing probably falls off now. Obviously, like typically the head moves, but nothing else does. But it's a glorious, caricature of this particular character, who's only seen in this guise for what, 2 seconds tops? 2, yeah, if we're lucky. But one thing I really do adore about this is the sculpt of the hair is incredible. Now, it changes colour and tone. So, the sun's coming through again, which is kind of belying what I'm trying to say to you. It's very white around this sort of circumference of the face, but when you turn it around, it becomes sort of frosted, like almost like icicles. It's become very icy, crystalline, and transparent. But with that transparency, it picks up whatever light is around. So, in some light, it will pick up the pink of the coloration, so it seems to glow, almost like it's been designed that way to have a frosted coloured effect on the end. But it's wonderful. There's a lot gone into that. I mean, I've seen, meringues. Look nowhere near as tasty as that. That looks delightful. If I was in some kind of old, quaint English tea shop, and I said, I won't bother with the scones. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, they're pronounced scones here. I won't bother with those. Have you got any meringues? And this turned up, I'd be like, ooh, lovely. You've got a pink French fancy underneath. Looks great, doesn't it? There's so much detail and sculpting that's gone into that for what is a character that you see, as I say, for 2 seconds. This, of course, is Elmer Bernstein's scary music from, well, that is not particularly scary, but from Ghostbusters, which is a wonderful score in parts. And some bits I really don't like. And I'm a massive fan of Elmer Bernstein. Of course, only a couple of years before, he had done American Werewolf in London. Oh my God. And a very threadbare score it is too. On this channel, you've heard that score numerous times because I play it. If I'm doing anything remotely werewolf related, or especially American Werewolf, I'm playing it all the time. And it's fantastic. And of course, off the back of that, John Landis got the job to do Thriller for Michael Jackson. But also, he brought in, this is Michael Jackson, brought in John Landis and brought in Elmer Bernstein to do the scary music for the intro of Thriller. But there you go. It's a wonderful figure, isn't it? Oh, for those of you that want to see the box, where's the box gone? Nah, just building suspense. It's right here. Here it is. There she is. Ooh. Oh. It is number 748. That's not the official number of this figure, because there's got to be 7,048 figures at least. It's just 748 in a particular range. I don't know. So you've got some other figures as well. You've got Egon, you've got Venkman, you've got Raymond Stantz, you've got Winston Zedmore, you've got Slimer, and you've got Scary Library Ghost, which you've just met. So there's the full box. Lots of peaky face. Ooh. Ooh. Shh. And there's the other guys on the back there. Not sure when this came out. Probably tells me here, but I can't be arsed looking. And I'm not sure if they've added to that range, whether you've got Gozer, whether you've got Dana, I don't know, whether you've got the Devil Dogs, I don't know. But it's wonderful anyway. So there's the box, there's the music, there's the figure, and it's terrific. And as I say, watch that scene again. I'm pretty certain that Bill Murray says the actress's name. Are you Alice? And it should be, are you Miss Ellis? Menstruating right now. You know, and I like that sort of thing when people do. If you watch movies, especially older movies, now they've got so much time. You know, they're making them digitally. They're watching the dailies. They're watching all this. They can chop and change things. They can add dialogue seamlessly. They can do everything. They can lip sync perfectly with CG and digital, you know, photography. But if you go for older movies, there's lots of time, especially the sort of ensemble casts where they're all talking over each other. There's loads of moments where someone will come out with the wrong name, or actually butt in and make a mistake and then sort of butt back out again. And you see other cast members sort of look, you know, hang on, didn't you just missed your cue there, didn't you? And it's great, it's good fun, Always look out for stuff like that because it's always well worth it. Doesn't ruin the movie at all, it just only enhances it. There's a ghostly husky that's just arrived after her walk, and now she's gulping water. In case you think that we're dripping something chronic here, some supernatural pipe has burst. But there you go. Look at that. As I say, I'm not, you know, a devotee of these Funko figures. I do think they're great, and I think they're incredibly collectible, and quite addictive. But you know, there's trouble there because once you start, oh, where do you draw the line? As I said, I want to just draw the line at just collecting villains, and only just, not many, just a few. I'm only lying because I've got figures of Red Sonja and Conan the Barbarian. So I've broke that rule already. But by and large, it's just going to be the bad guys. Isn't that good? And the opening scene, the opening bit to the library where our Ghostbusters get there, and you've got Egon with his little PK meter, and he's like listening around. He's got earphones on, and Venkman just comes up behind him and just rattles on the desk by his ear, and he's going, "Where's that coming from?" Like, "Ooh, Egon," and then slams the book down beside him. He's like, "Fucking hell!" "Ooh, Egon." It's brilliant. When he first gets to Dana's apartment, she's got a piano. Well, she plays in the orchestra, doesn't she? So he lifts the lid on the keys and just goes. They hate this. That's right, boys. Dr. Venkman. He hasn't got a fucking clue what he's doing. Just sheer brilliance. Ghostbusters 2. Yeah, there's great elements in it. I do like it a lot, but it's not a patch on the first one. And Ghostbusters Afterlife. Oh my God. We're all going to be living in the afterlife by the time that film comes out. And I'm sick of saying this now. No Time to Die, Halloween Kills, and Ghostbusters Afterlife, and there's many more. But I am sick of waiting for these movies. Get the movies out. Don't screw up again on these release dates. Don't mess us around. God, I don't know. Rant over. Folks, I have been the Shabby Kilt-Man. Always your guide to the afterlife and the esoteric ways. And I'm going to see you all in a library near you. Later.